Shop room.
Rim jobs. Oh, that's how this is gonna start.
Starting it up like that.
Yep.
Right
Does everybody have a drink?
Right off the batter.
Doesn't matter what it is, really.
I got an empty can.
Got the dip. Welcome to the 2 Pints Radio Show with your host, that Nick guy, and today we're just gonna talk about some stuff.
Talkie. No more.
We have a new guest to the show, Mr. Justin.
What up?
He likes to shoot films and stuff. Where did you start that shit?
Oh damn, boy. Whew. Taking me down the rabbit hole here.
Yep. When did you start filming?
It all started with a little skateboard and a video camera with my buddies. Just filming skateboarding, and then from there you start filming the environment.
I'm just glad it didn't start with a flyer in a local laundromat. And then he shows up and it's porn.
What?
Yeah, then we got tripods and all, and then we just started filming porn. So. As time went on, that's just really where it all leads to for every videographer. We all just end up shooting porn.
Yes, we do.
That's
really what we want to do.
Yeah. Do we want to be in the porn, or do we want to shoot the porn though?
That's where all the money is.
We want to be
behind the camera.
Yeah.
Or in front of the
or
camera.
Both.
Yeah. I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger made a lot of fucking money in Terminator 2.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking money.
The new one flopped.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard the opening, and I'm like, no. The opening starts with John Connor getting killed by another Terminator.
That's fucky.
And then they rewrote the fucking storyline that is pretty much Terminator, just with a different name, and that's it. It's not Skynet, it's the Legion.
See, this is why I don't like white people.
It's supposed to be the unofficial third movie, but they fucking ruined it in the first 10 seconds. Fuck that. Anyway, I got I got into filming when my grandma had a camcorder, like when I was 7.
Nice.
I started shooting things like they did, like pointing out stuff and stating that it was there. That's what they did, instead of taking pictures. And then I started editing when I was like 8 or 9 with 2 VHS players. And I would just edit commercials out of like South Park and whatnot.
Huh, there you go.
Because I wanted to watch South Park and not fast forward through all the fucking commercials. So I'm like, you know what?
Just cut it out. How would you cut it out, though?
I would record on one VHS tape, and then play South Park on the other, and then stop recording and resume recording after the commercial, and then the whole thing would be coherent.
That's clever.
Yeah, and that's like my first editing job.
There it is. Your mindset was already there.
And then fast forward.
At that young age, that's creative.
Fast forward to 2012, and I started shooting creepy ostrich films. Went to Goodwill, picked up an ostrich on the way home. I was like, I wonder if I'm gonna can we just make this guy a serial killer or something?
Do you still have the ostrich?
Yes, Millie does.
Millie has it?
Yep.
Fuck.
And the Roodle.
Shit.
Little pink thing. Yep.
Yeah. Next time you see Millie, they're just gonna be like possessed by the ostrich.
Oh God.
She's gonna be like,
hey there,
ostrich.
Fuck your father. Fuck your father. Fuck your father.
Fuck.
She called her grandpa a shithead.
She called her grandpa. Oh, that's awesome. That's my girl.
Oh my God. What the fuck?
I love your daughter.
Hello, sir.
What a sweetheart.
Mr. Quiet in the corner. What's up?
Hello.
Don't flip me off. Why?
Oh,
Damn it.
Hey, probably because you're white.
God damn
you're
it.
actually cute when you don't talk.
John, was Creepy Ostrich Films the first thing you were involved with filmmaking wise, or were there something else?
No.
Oh no.
To say until this point.
You and Adam were doing
Yeah,
some
we did some shit back in high school. And I'm still pissed at Green Day for this, because years before the album came out, we had a small little home video, which Adam still fucking somehow has, and we called it American Idiot, and it was just our version of Jackass. And that is the only time you'll ever see Adam go through thin ice in the ditch in front of his house and hear his dad go, dumbass.
Do we still have the footage?
Adam's still got all the footage from all of
that. I would love to see it.
He's going to give it to us because now I have to see it. Hello, everybody. I'm actually here.
Yeah,
if we can get a hold of that,
it pissed us off too because
It's my job to make Nick look like
about
an
a year
asshole.
later,
Whatever.
About a year later, American Idiot by
Shut
Green
up,
Day
bitch, you love
dropped,
it.
and we were shitty.
Kinda.
Oh, shit. Stole your damn idea.
I forgot to
Yeah.
mention.
That's one of those things I've always thought about, like with people saying, like, "Oh, they stole my idea." It's like, bitch, you really think you're that creative? Like, come on.
I
thought we were.
Stole your
forget who
shit.
said it, but
Two
there-
people can think about the same
But
thing.
there is a
yeah?
saying floating around that said everything's already been invented.
Yeah.
So it's like-
Yeah, I mean, I like to think we're reinventing what we had
yeah.
prehistorically.
What?
Yeah, like I like
sure.
to think. I like to think, and this is just an outlandish theory here because if you think about it, a lot of animals can discern true north just by sensing because they've got a nice little pit of. They say it's lead or something in your nose. Like you're supposed to have so much of a metal output in your nose so you can discern true north. We are the only fucking animals on this damn planet that cannot do that. So that tells me we had to have been from somewhere with either a stronger or weaker magnetic field, because we can't discern true north here. But if you watch your dog when it goes out in the backyard, spins around before it shits, it's always facing north when it decides to
Wow.
shit. Yeah,
So when you're lost, just a dog shitting north.
yeah.
So is the ass facing north?
The nose is.
The nose is.
Yeah, the nose is.
So if you're ever lost, just
But-
wait for your dog to shit.
Yeah.
My whole theory is we came from another area. Could have been Mars, could have been God knows where. We came from another place. We landed here. We had all this technology. We bombed ourselves back to the Stone Age, literally. And then we were regressing and reinventing everything we used to have.
Yeah.
So,
Makes sense.
I mean, it's an odd
That's a
thing.
cool
but
fucking
yeah,
theory. I like
that's
that.
just my
Damn, son.
theory. Yeah.
Makes
Forgot to-
sense.
It is
Where
a
else-
cool
where else would
theory.
your-
I don't have enough tinfoil to make a hat big enough to like really accept it, but
Forgot to
I
mention-
like it.
I was filmmaking back in 2006. I had a little camcorder and
It's
I would
just-
film
it's just my
jackass
idea.
stuff.
Yeah, I like it.
We
I
had
like
a pillow
the idea.
fight,
I mean, it
but
makes
instead of
sense.
like fluff, it was like weights and shit in the pillows,
Oh,
and we'd
shit.
hit each other with fucking weighted pillows.
Bars of soap.
Whatever
you know,
fucking happened to
boom,
sock 'em boppers?
Sock 'em bop.
Yeah,
what?
dude, those were cool. You could fuck little kids
Those
up with them.
inflatable fist
Punching
pads.
fist
yeah,
pad,
you just
like-
beat them.
Yeah, come on,
You just
man.
beat
you
the
know,
shit out of people.
It's
with
more
them.
fun than a pillow fight.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's the one thing I wish I had. Like I couldn't afford video cameras.
I hate that I remember
younger.
that tagline.
Yeah. Sock 'em once, bop 'em twice.
Blow them
That
up, put
sounds
your
like
hand
anal.
inside, get ready to have the time of your life.
Yeah.
Which could be incredibly sexual if you don't know what sock and boppers are.
I mean, if you had enough butter, maybe you could use it as a pocket pussy. But
Which, just for posterity,
fuck?
for everybody
Butter
listening
always
there,
works for sex stuff.
I do want to repeat that line of the sock and
conversation's
bopper
everywhere.
song,
Yeah, we're
Not even mad.
just to, just like let them draw their own conclusions. This song did in fact go, blow them up, put your hand inside, get ready to have the time of your life.
Shit pickle.
Sock and boppers.
dude, I had a set of those and they lasted 40 minutes before both of them imploded. Because me and my friend got a little too heavy-handed with them, and we had them literally 40 minutes before we heard this really loud, obnoxious boom from where we hit each other, and they just blew
Yo,
up.
right there?
Well, yeah,
hard
it's those things were essentially made for children with glass bones who can't punch so good.
Yeah. I had those. I remember the old Super Soakers
Haven't
where you
vaped
could pretty
in,
much
like,
turn them
over a
into a
week.
water jet and
Me
saw
too.
through a wooden
That's probably why it's
ball.
hitting me like that.
Yeah.
Weird.
I remember getting hit with those. Kids are pussies these days. There, I said it.
It's true.
Although, have you seen like the Nerf swords?
It's because we don't
Oh,
have
yeah.
good
They have,
health
like,
care to
axes
repair
and
the
shield
bones.
darts. Pretty
We do not have
pretty
good
heavy
health
duty.
care.
I said we don't have
Okay,
good
I was about to
healthcare.
say.
Like, that's why they're pussies. They're like, I can't break a leg and pay for it.
Yeah. All the moms are like,
The
stay
7-year-old's
inside.
thinking of that. I don't know.
I don't know.
Dude, like, I'm
That's
saying
where
like
the-
small children are fucking indestructible if you don't acknowledge that they got hurt.
Exactly. They
That's
can have
true.
half their fucking
not-
face
yeah.
missing. If you don't look at them, they won't cry.
You could drop like
It's
they
always
could
when
be,
you react.
they could be hit
Yeah.
by a meteor.
What's up, buddy? Hi.
I got hit by a meteor. Yeah, that's cool. As long as you're not going, oh my god,
Right.
you're gonna walk that off like a tiny little Terminator.
Benjamin, Miranda's cousin, he was like 2 or 3, and he ran around the house screaming, "Ah, motherfucker!" like that, and he hit his head on a table and fell down and fell asleep.
Yeah.
It sounds like
There
he
was
had a
one
fucking
time.
concussion.
I remember this because you
He got the
screwed
good
me
old
into
hard
this.
reset.
What did I screw you into, sir?
You left with Adam and told me you'd be back for in like 10 minutes.
All right.
And I was
what?
sitting there for 3.5 hours with Xavier. So I decided to walk to Speedway with him, and I bought a bag of marshmallows and 2 giant cans of Monster. Like
Oh
my friend
my
has here.
god! I don't know
Yeah.
if that was me though.
That was you.
Was it me?
You left with Adam. You
Where
never
the
came
fuck
back.
did we go?
Miranda came back before you did. And all
Oh, I
did was-
remember now. She was mad.
I poured.
Nick, you're always fucking around.
Like Xavier wanted a snack.
He does. That's what he does.
And you know how Xavier used to talk? It was that fucking Chinese bullshit that he.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, that shit. And it's like, okay, you want a snack? So I grabbed a handful of marshmallows and I dropped them in a bowl and I poured Monster all over him and I gave it to him. And he ate
Pepsi
them.
means pace.
Yeah, he ate them.
Marshmallows with Monster?
Yes,
Might
and
be kinda
he was a
good.
2-year-old, and he ate them. And I was like, "What? You want more?" And he started, you know, doing that thing. So I gave him another handful.
You're giving a 2-year-old Monster?
Yeah, I gave him another handful.
One of these.
Yeah, one of those.
Jeez.
And I poured another
That's
little bit
huge.
of Monster around him. Gave them to him. He ate them. He came back for more. This kid ate an entire bag of marshmallows with an entire can of Monster. He was 2.
Oh my god.
And
Monster is my blood.
Miranda comes in and goes, "Hey, how's your day?" And I went, "Love you, gotta go, bye." And I just left.
Yeah, I remember that.
I get a phone call an hour and a half later from her.
In the
she
background,
goes-
you can hear a tiny, I am Cornholio!
No, you didn't hear that. You didn't hear any of that. Like, I got a phone call.
I'm all hopped up on fucking Monster.
Yeah, like an hour and a half went by. Miranda calls me and she goes, "Can you explain to me what you did to my child?" And I said, "I didn't do shit. I turned on Finding Nemo." And she goes, "No, you did something." And I said, "How do you know?" And she goes, "Well, I found an empty bag of marshmallows I didn't know." And she's like, "I've also found a can of Monster I didn't know." And so where'd that go? And I went, "Yeah, your 2-year-old drank it and ate it." And she goes, "You gave my 2-year-old an entire can of Monster," which back then they called those BFG or BFCs.
Oh
And
shit.
yeah, the BFC Monster can. And he drank an entire one, ate an entire bag of marshmallows. I explained that to her, and she goes, "So that explains why my son was running laps around the coffee table, screaming bloody murder at the top of his lungs, and just decided to fall backwards, and before he hit the ground, he was snoring." I said, "You're welcome," and I hung up. Never been asked to babysit ever again.
Yeah, no kidding. That's awesome.
Oh my god.
Wow.
It's not that I don't like children. I don't like children that don't listen.
Best prank you've ever pulled on somebody.
Oh damn, boy. I don't know. I gotta think.
Did we talk about this last time? I forgot.
No, we
I'm
didn't,
fucking-
but I know exactly what.
I did talk about the spunk.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't
the
think
fake
we
spunk.
actually.
I don't think we recorded it. But
No, we'll get to that.
I know. I know precisely what I'm going.
God, I
with.
hate you so much.
I can't think of a prank right
Fuck
now,
you.
but I could think of something I did, and it kind of just pissed my parents off.
Well, that works too.
Yeah.
So we used to have this alarm in the house, like when you open the door, close the door, it like goes off and shit. And if you don't disarm the alarm, like the alarm will go off, you know.
Yeah.
Basically an alarm for a fucking burglar. Anyway, so my mission was to open the door and try to run a lap around the house and get back in to turn it off in time, and I didn't. I didn't make it, and it was like 2 a.m. Parents were like, all like woke up and were pissed. They're like, "What the fuck you doing?" I was like, "I was trying to run around the house before the alarm would sound."
I will say,
It's like,
I,
why?
Yeah.
I will say one other prank I did besides the story that's golden. That is his story.
Fuck you.
I did
I don't
do
think you
the
can afford it.
Jackass 3's rock and roll alarm clock to somebody. I laid a shitload of firecrackers in a pan underneath their bed and lit it. That went off, and then I had like 3 or 4 friends that knew how to play electric guitar and drums just start wailing on that
Oh
shit
my god.
at
yes.
4 a.m.
Well, my prank was on my sister when she was about 5 or 6. I got this from a fucking Captain Underpants book, of all things. I went into the bathroom, and under the toilet seat, I folded the little ketchup packets and poked a hole, and then like put them under the seat. That way, when you sit down, it squirts everywhere. Only I did barbecue because I didn't have ketchup packets, so it's a darker red. I thought it would be like poop, poop color.
No.
She went in there, screamed, went to my mom and said, "I'm starting my period!" Ah! So, yeah, I made my sister scream bloody murder.
Damn.
thinking she started her period like 5 fucking years before she did or something.
Next time you try that prank,
Fucked up.
It's kind of funny.
here's what you do.
The blood on the floor thing.
Here's you
I'll
a
fill
good
that
prank.
later.
Here's you a good prank. Next time you see her, go to her house and like take saran wrap from her kitchen and like stretch it, like lift the toilet seat up.
Oh my
and
God.
Stretch it really, really tight across the
about
toilet bowl,
Yeah.
and then put the toilet seat down and just let her go to use the bathroom and wonder why she's screaming. It's hilarious.
I remember one time, this is going to be really random. I was, when I was 6 years old, I was taking a shower, and my older brother walked into the bathroom to take a piss. And I was like, Ryan, and he was like, what? And I was like, is there a bubble coming out of my butt? And I farted. And he was like, no. And I was like, okay. That was it. I thought that there would be like a brown bubble that would come out when you fart, you know? But there's just no bubble.
How much time do you have?
What do you mean? How much time do I have?
I'm trying how much time do you have for the story. Like, you tell me.
A little bit. Why? I want to save his for last.
Because this is
Fucking
kind of an
hilarious.
involved story about how I had a bag full of shit from somebody for 6 months.
That
What?
was beautiful.
You had a bag full of shit? For
Okay. No. Okay, I'll tell you this.
You were holding on to this for
No, no.
safekeeping? Or
No,
was this like
I'm going to tell the story if you
this sacred shit that needed
if
to
you
be
stop asking questions. I will get to the
was
story.
the shit that needed to be kept locked
Are you
away?
are you done? Can I start
Was
the
it
story?
a drug lord shit that you were holding in your possession?
Where is something I can throw at him?
You just get up and manhandle him. I don't get it. Oh my God.
Can I
Do
start the story now?
Okay, all right.
Okay, so a couple people I know are familiar with one Chase York. You don't have to censor the story because I don't give a fuck about him as a
I'm not
person.
ever gonna censor a story.
Okay, cool.
I don't like editing.
Yeah, Chase York, if you're listening to this, I don't know how you're still alive, and I'm not going to apologize for this story anyway. So,
You could just say Chase.
no, fuck that. No, I'm talking about Chase York
All right.
of
Fine.
Newcastle, Indiana.
612 Wharf Avenue.
I hate you so much.
I don't. Okay, so
What
anyway.
the fuck?
So he used to live in an apartment building, and like he never really like bothered with like basic home security. Like he would just leave his like door open and shit, and or like unlocked. But sometimes he would just leave it open while he was at work, and he kind of been fucking some people over, kind of pissing them off. Like he was being a really bad neighbor to people because he didn't know, just like wouldn't shut the fuck up and stop doing what he's doing. So, me and another buddy, who will just be called Kyle, we went in there one time because he pissed Kyle off real bad, and Kyle decided he wanted to, like, he wanted to fuck with him.
Cow.
Yeah, Kyle. So, we decide, what's the best way to fuck with him? Let's do something really gross to his apartment and see how long it takes him to figure out. So, Kyle gets over there. And he first of all, like, we both really had to use the bathroom, and we just went over there not planning to do what we did. But Kyle decides that he's going to pee two places that you shouldn't really be peeing.
What?
One, on a pile of Chase's work clothes, and two, on a teddy bear he inexplicably had that he snuggles with to this day. What I understand.
Was it a plush bear? One of those plushes?
It's like a stuffed animal.
Yeah,
Does it have
like-
like a dick hole for like you could put your
Probably,
dick in?
I don't know.
You can put your dick in it.
Quick side note. You remember Pookie?
Yeah,
Little
why?
teddy bear I had?
Yeah.
Drinking buddy. I gave that to Millie, and I found another one exactly like it.
Nice.
So, like,
Pookie? Who's Pookie?
two Pookie. It's the teddy bear from Garfield.
So we were talking about a bear that you fuck, and that reminded you of Pookie.
The fuck? No.
But anyway, so
What is wrong with your head that you can't follow a story?
I'm not following you.
Anyway.
Let's talk about a different bear.
Yeah, anyway.
Anyway, but yeah, now we both have a Pookie.
Yes.
Okay, so anyway,
Kinda cool.
as I was saying. Meanwhile, I find a duffel bag that Chase owns. And it's around this time I realize I have to bust a grumpy.
Oh my God.
Take shit.
Oh, I thought you were talking about jerk off.
This is coming from the guy that hasn't had a Tenderloin.
There was one time where I beat off into a shampoo bottle that he owned and filled it with water and shook it up real
What
good.
is wrong with you guys?
I like that name for jerking off. Busta Grumpy.
Well, if you want to use it for that, go ahead. So anyway, I shipped this duffel bag and I put it back where I found it, which was under a bunch. Like it was in a. It's like because he knows like little like footrests that have like the lid you can lift up and push it in.
Yeah.
Well, so he had one of those and it was filled with shoes. So I took the shoes out, put that in there, put the shoes back in, and covered it. And he didn't check for 6 fucking months.
You guys are fucking crazy.
Was he like, something smells an awful lot like
Now,
shit?
well, like now, from what I understand from Kyle,
Oh my.
like after 6 months, Chase walks down to his apartment, knocks on his door with the bag in question.
Who did this?
Someone shit on the
No. It gets better.
Hold on.
It gets better.
So basically, so he knocks on the door. Kyle answers it. Chase walked down with the bag open. So there's just like a 6-month-old there's a 6-month-old poopy in there, and he holds it up and he goes, "Hey man, what's this?" And Kyle goes, "Looks like shit, Chase," and just shuts the door on him.
What the fuck?
I was a dirty bastard in my teens.
You came in a fucking shampoo bottle. You had
dirty-
a friend piss in 2 areas in his
I
house.
didn't tell him.
And you
to.
took
I
a
didn't
big
tell him.
dookie in his fucking bag,
first of all,
dude.
I didn't tell him piss anywhere. Second of all, I was
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I was
Hey,
a
it gets
disgusting
better,
bastard in
too.
my teens. How does
God.
it get better?
When he lived, when the person in question,
This
Fucked
get
his
better.
home, basically.
when the person in question lived here, we came home because he was supposed to pay me bill money.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
What the
He
fuck?
hasn't paid me bill money in like weeks, and I'm like, all right. And we open the fridge and we find a case of beer. Well, him and Kyle, air quotes there, decides to let's piss in some of the beers, see how long it takes him to find those. Cool.
And he drank one.
Oh my
He did
God.
drink one.
Didn't notice a difference.
Didn't notice any difference.
Now that's how we were smart about it. We opened it, we poured out a little bit, we filled it back up so it'd look around the same, and then we got it like real tight on there. And we put it back. Now, granted, like once you unscrew something, like obviously you're not gonna get that factory seal like you had before. He never questioned it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What makes it even worse was after the fact we did this and we're sitting here partying, my friend Jess Williams shows up and she says, "That's my beer in the fridge," and we just kind of like all looked at each other like, "Oh shit!" So we like ran back in there and started like, "Hey, just drink around these." We had to kind of let her in on it, but
Oh God. What?
yeah, it was bad.
Yeah. No, I did some very disgusting things when I was younger.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, my story time.
Hi.
The victim's sitting right next to
Fuck
me.
you.
Now, let him tell the story.
I am. I'm not
So-
gonna sit here and go
Do you even know
on
which
and
one?
This is back in the day when I barely knew him. Like, he took me to his house, and I realized my sister lived there, and then that's why I started hanging out more often. And my sister came in, and she's like, "I gotta go to work. You cool hanging out with Nick?" I was
People
like, "Yeah."
roll those.
So, so I'm sitting there with Nick for a while, and he's just
Fucking
sitting on the
spastic.
floor with another TV in the living room, and he's doing his thing on the floor and switching games in and out, and I'm just watching him. And I decide, all right, I'm going to go to the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom, and I look around, and I start realizing there's some pretty cool things in here I could do just to kind of mix up this kind of game session up. So I'm sitting in the bathroom, and I start, like, smacking my hand on my leg, like, to make that noise. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm doing that, and he hears it through the bathroom door.
You're spanking your monkey.
Yeah, and he knocks on the door, and I'm like, whoa, 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 hey, man, whoa, what? And he's like, you good in there? And I went, yeah, man, I'm just trying to poop. Just go away. Gotta get this out of me, man, or I might be grumpy. And he walks off. So I go back to this. Well, then I realized next to me on the sink is little Dixie cups, those little paper
Oh
cups.
my fucking God.
And there's hand lotion, and their water gets really hot in that apartment. So I was like, this is perfect. So I keep making that noise while I've got one Q-tip in one hand, and I'm stirring some hot water in with some hand lotion. And I'm making it look like just straight up cum.
Nice.
So when I'm done and it looks just like I want it to look and it feels the right temperature, I put my hand in the sink and I like...
Took your time with it.
Yeah, I kind of, spot my head up.
With your jizz?
No, with some water in the sink to make it look like I've been sweating. So I come out of the bathroom and I sit down, I start walking around the living room and he's like, what are you doing? I said, oh man, he's like, you okay? And I was like, yeah man, I had a tough one there. And he goes, well, what do you need? And I was like, I need your freezer. He goes, why? And I said, I gotta put this in the freezer because I'm gonna sell it later at Sperm Bank. And as I was saying that, I act like a trip. And I lean into him and I dump it down his shirt. This man pulled his arms out, laid back on the couch, and he slurped out of his shirt without using his hands.
Wow.
He just slithered right out of his shirt. And he went down to the floor. And the whole time he is screaming. I was So I'm on the couch, still holding the empty cup, going, you cool? You all right? It's just cum. And he runs out of the back of the house and starts throwing up. So I go into the bathroom and I throw the cup away, and I clean up my little mix mess I made. And I sit back on the couch, and he comes in, and his face is beet red. And he just he makes sure I can't watch him play the game. He angles the TV at different angles, so I can't watch him. He sits really far away from me from that point on. Mm. He's playing a game. He's not saying shit to me. I could start a conversation. He is just yeah. Mm-hmm,
yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you just jizzed on him. So,
Fuck
he
you.
thinks you jizzed.
So this went on for a few hours till my sister comes home. And then she goes, hey, I'm home. And he jumps up off the couch, grabs her, and they go upstairs. And all I could hear upstairs is some, I could just hear parts of the conversation. Yeah, and then my sister comes downstairs.
I just don't remember any of this.
My sister comes downstairs and she goes, what'd you do to him? And I was like, oh, come here. So I walked her in the bathroom and I shown her and I let her dip her finger in it. She's like, oh my God, that feels real. And I'm like, yeah, I know, it's funny. So he comes downstairs again. And he's like, I'm in the bathroom again. Because she told me mix another cup. So he comes downstairs and all I hear through the bathroom door is, that motherfucker leave? And she's like, yeah, he's gone, don't worry about it. So he sits back down on the couch and they're getting comfortable. And I walk up behind the couch and I just start kind of pouring it down his neck and shoulder.
Oh my God.
And then he goes right back outside, vomits again. I laugh a little bit. I walk outside and try to pat him on the back. He's trying to get away from me. And I'm like, well, I've had my fun. I'm going home.
I've erased this from my fucking memory.
I let him live with that fact for about a week. Until one day I came over and we've been hanging out on and off. And I'm like, dude, come here. I got to show you something. And I walked him into the bathroom and I mixed it in front of him.
I
while
remember
I'm
this
talking
part
to him.
and getting very angry.
Yeah, while I'm talking to him, I'm like, yeah, man, this hand lotion is really cool. And I'm pouring water in it and mixing it with a Q-tip. And he's like, I don't know what you want to show me about the hand lotion, man. Just shut up. And I went, no. And I flicked it on his shirt and I went, feel familiar? And he goes, you son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
He probably can't even look at lotion.
This man has pulled so many fucking pranks on me.
To be fair, you're completely deserving.
Miranda was on birth control, so I didn't need a condom, right?
No, you always need a condom.
Hopefully.
He slipped a condom in my pocket, and I randomly pulled it out once, and she was like, you want to explain that? I'm like, I don't know where this fucking came from.
That was so funny. He
didn't say anything until we were on the ride home.
Yeah, he's a fucking legendary reverse pickpocketer.
Yeah, we were in Ohio.
Yeah.
We were in Ohio.
On our way to Ohio.
Yeah. And he was in the car next to me in the back seat, and I somehow managed to slip a condom into his pocket while we were sitting in the car.
Pictures or video, or whatever.
I don't know how I did it either. I just knew I found my opening. I'm like, and it was in there, and I was not saying a word.
And then I took out my ID for something, and it fucking
it stuck to the ID.
The fuck?
The condom wrapper, he grabbed the ID
I got
and the
the weirdest
condom wrapper.
look from Miranda,
And Miranda swore up and down he was probably fucking around for a few minutes. And I had to pull her aside and go, I dropped that in his pocket. Just keep it up, though. It's funny. And she's like, okay.
That's awesome.
A prank that turned into a video was filming Adam in his car on the phone. We filmed the first on Discovery Channel, where you were a nature
That
show
was
host
beautiful.
describing the notorious wankerus in his car jerking off.
The traffic masturbator.
Pretty sure if I went out there, he'd have something to hit me
I've seen
back
footage
with.
of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to do shit like that all the time, and then right at the end of it, there's a clip where I'm showing Adam, like, it just kind of merges into we're showing Adam,
Yeah.
and Adam's laughing his ass off. Anyone else would have hit me.
Yeah,
Jeez.
Adam doesn't really seem to give a fuck.
On Discovery Channel is a fun thing I like to do, but I am a master reverse pickpocketer. There have been females I've worked with at Pizza King, and if you hear this, you know who you are. And now you know what happened. They would go home. They would go home with pockets full of just pizza toppings
Oh god.
and not understand where it's coming from. Like, they would come into work every day going, I don't know how cheese and pepperoni and sausage keeps getting in my pockets. Like, my pants are tight. Like, how is this happening? And I'm just sitting there like, I don't know. You know? And they would walk off, and then I'd catch an opening, and I would just pour a handful of pepperoni in their pocket and make a pizza. I'd catch an opening, pour a handful of sausage in,
If
make
John
another
wants
one.
to put a surprise for everybody, reach into your front pockets. Pull out the notes and then read the mystery. Something like
I
that.
could literally reverse pickpocket anyone. There was a guy
You could probably do it like right now when we're not even like fucking.
There was a guy at TS
paying
Tech
attention.
I worked with.
Yeah, if he really wanted to.
Cheddar, love you to death. This is funny as shit.
What?
The guy's nickname was Cheddar. He would always, I was his assistant at this machine for a while. And it got to the point where we had these red and blue gaskets we had to put into the bottom of the metal chairs before I hand them to him to bolt the chair together. And I would always grab a handful of those gaskets while I'm waiting on him to process, and I would just catch his pocket dangling open, and I would just pour a handful of those things in there. And I would walk off and start gasketing, move back over, hand him the next chair. He'd just turn around and be like, yeah, cool, man. We'd go out to our cars on lunch, and he would go to whip his wallet out, see how much money he had. And every time he pulled his wallet out, there would just be confetti of just blue and red gaskets go everywhere. What the fuck? And then he would turn and go, every fucking day this happens, man. How? I don't know. Where's it coming from? Dude, I don't. He eventually caught me, but
Oh Lord.
I just need to try to be like,
yeah, I was crouched down, almost to the floor. And I was reaching up and into his pocket to dump him in. And he turns around because my hand kind of brushed his thigh. And he catches me just in that position. And I'm like, hi. And he goes, okay.
Face.
And then he turns around, digs his hand in his pocket. And he goes, okay, that makes a lot more sense now why these keep popping up in my laundry every day. He was really cool about it, but it was funny as shit.
Oh God.
I could put anything in anyone's pocket.
It's like a whole series right there.
If
Yeah.
you could
The
reverse
Adventures of the
pickpocket
Reverse Pickpocket.
anybody in history, who would it be?
Oh my god.
Alive or dead? And why?
God, I think it would be really hilarious to reverse pickpocket Elvis Presley and just follow him around until he discovers what I put in his pocket.
What would
Just
you put?
listen to him just, oh man.
Monster Cook.
What the hell is this, man? Where'd that come from? I'm on drugs, man.
That's a pretty good Elvis.
Yeah, that. I just
Freak
think
him
it'd
out,
be. Yeah, I just think it'd
Monster Cook
be
now.
funny as shit.
And that's how we came up with the song.
Just follow. Yeah, I would reverse pickpocket that man daily. I would reverse pickpocket that man daily just to make him think, shit, I gotta stop doing drugs. But I'm gonna keep doing them.
Peanut butter and banana sandwich, man.
If there was one person you could meet, alive or dead, who would it be?
Mr. Miyagi.
And why?
Because he's fucking awesome, and he's just his wisdom and his karate trainings and waxing on and off.
okay. So I've actually thought about this.
Me too.
I would go
obviously.
back to ancient Greece and meet the philosopher Diogenes. And I'll tell you why. Because this is a man that, he lived out of a giant, ceramic urn. Like, there was just, like, a tipped-over, like, urn in the street that he fucking lived in. Pissed and shat wherever he wanted. Constantly fucked with Socrates.
Socrates.
And, as a matter, there's actually a story behind that. Socrates once put forward the theory that man was simply a featherless biped. At which point, Diogenes ran in with a plucked chicken and screamed, "Behold, a man!" because it was a featherless biped. And I want to know, like, what kind of nut fucking sanity this man will lead up to. So I would want to go meet Diogenes.
That would be great.
You, sir.
I think I did mine.
The person you would meet, alive or dead. Meet. Not reverse pickpocket. I think I know who it is.
Okay, who do you think it is?
Sid Vicious.
Sid Vicious? God, no. I already know everything I need to know about that man. He is a role model, though. Go stab your girlfriend and then claim you'll be dead in the next 5 years.
Oh, man.
That was a beautiful moment of his interview. Like he was being
Perhaps
interviewed by
Mr.
someone.
G.G. Allen?
Yeah, and he was like, they asked him, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, Sid
getting through an
Vicious?
interview.
And he goes, in the fucking ground, man.
Good luck talking to him.
And 3 years later, he died.
He's been dead for a while.
Yeah, he knew he
I meant
was going. He was just real.
He did it.
90% of the time, the band unplugged his amp. So,
But who would you meet, alive or dead?
alive or dead? Gee, alive or dead? That would be a. Good lord, there's so many things flooding my head right now. Honestly, I would have to say Ip Man.
Oh, wait. Who?
That's the man that trained Bruce Lee.
Oh, what? Ooh.
Yeah, Ip Man.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
He's the one that trained Bruce Lee. I just want to. I would listen to him, and I would try to pitch my own little, like, fortune cookie nonsense at him. See if I could break him. And I would just make that a game. I would just make that a game.
He would just be like,
They might treat you to some involuntary yoga.
Like, I would
Or
literally.
fold your
white
clothes while you're
people
still
need
in them.
yoga.
I would literally look at him, and he would say something like, "You must be like water, for water is softest substance on earth, but yet could topple buildings." And I would be like,
You are soft as baby shit.
no, like, I would look at him and I would say exactly this in response: "Do not burn a candle at both ends. It leads to the life of a hairdresser." Huh?
I would meet Odorous Urungus from Guar.
That's not the
Or
fire,
I would
it's the-
talk to his meat slave, David Brocky. Because I want to know, like, how it started and what the fuck went through his head. You know?
That's not
When he started
Well,
Guar.
I know there's a couple interviews where he's like, where
Hitler would be good to meet.
Why?
Real quick.
Why?
Just to see what the fuck he was thinking.
Oh.
I can tell
He
you.
was
really
a
have
very
a tiny
sensitive
dick?
man.
like talk to him though.
He was a very sensitive man.
Yeah.
He was really concerned with population control.
Yeah, obvious.
Boy.
Like, I'm just gonna say this: if they would have just let him paint, I think we would have avoided a whole lot of shit.
Paint?
He was a painter.
Yeah.
Oh.
He got
Before he burned.
He did
babies.
frequent a nude beach.
Jesus Christ.
he frequented a nude beach. He got rejected from a Vienna art school, and a lot of
Yeah.
people think that, like,
I think he was gay, wasn't he? A lot of people thought that.
I have no
There's
idea.
a lot of theories that he's gay.
There's
I mean,
also a
if
lot
he's
of
haunting
theories
his
that
bunker, we could go ask
he
him.
got away to Argentina and lived there until '82.
Yeah. I really think that's a real theory, though, because we were in the middle of a Cold War, and who knew more about the Russians than good old Adolf? It wouldn't surprise me if the CIA kept him alive and moved him to Argentina.
I mean, I'm just gonna say
Let's turn
this.
conspiracy really quick.
Like,
Yeah, I did.
fucking- he didn't know shit about Russia in the winter. Like,
It's kind of funny, too, that Bigfoot always appears near UFO sightings. You ever think about that?
I spooned Bigfoot one time.
Yeah, you did. You totally did.
Yeah,
He's really good at Photoshop.
yeah, it's true. He likes me to be the big spoon because I'm smaller than him, so when I fart, like, I'm like his little jetpack.
Yeah.
We have a live recording of that to play after the podcast for you guys. That's gonna be interesting. Up at a little bar, nobody liked us, so we just went for
It's a
it.
small band called Stool Softeners.
What the fuck?
At the end of the show, someone gets hit by a bar stool. Hence the name Stool Softener.
Hey, how you doing?
At the end of every show, I flip a coin and if it comes up tails, I have to kill myself.
See, if I'm the lucky one at their shows that gets the note, hit such and such with a bar stool, I always run at them and I yell, "How about a stool sample?" when I hit them.
Do you like your chicken barbecued?
I do love my chicken barbecued. Don't give me none of that bullshit.
I still wish I had that fucking video. I
was
have a
drunk
Prima
off
of all
my
things.
ass
Yeah.
when I sang that.
Chase was playing guitar. I was filming for a drunk adventure, and he was just like going on and on about how he liked his chicken barbecued.
And I was singing it.
He was singing it. He was singing it good too.
I was singing it good, man.
It's kind of weird.
Drunk off my ass, and I started screaming, "Don't give me none of that fucking buffalo bullshit. I want my chicken barbecued."
Chicken barbecue.
I'm just gonna say this. There's a lot of blatant talent when one's inebriated.
Oh yeah.
There's a reason that the Greeks and the Romans had a god of wine and festivals.
Yeah.
Do you know the Egyptians made beer?
I didn't.
Did you tell them about Bathides?
The Thedes.
What?
Yeah.
You mean Bophides?
Yeah.
Oh no! I did not tell him about.
Both of these nuts.
No.
Sorry.
No, actually, no, not at all.
Not sorry.
What's going on? He's getting,
No,
he's getting close.
Just listen to
He's
this. It's
getting
beautiful.
close.
It's a true fact.
Yeah, it's a true fact. A lot of people don't know about the Roman hero Bophides.
Both of these nuts?
No. Why does everybody keep saying that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, no, I can't now because they ruined the fucking joke.
Oh, I didn't know what the joke was.
I didn't even know it was a joke.
And
Yeah,
you
But it
came
just
in-
sounds like both of these nuts.
And when you came in, your legs opened, and I thought it was a joke.
Yeah,
I
no.
thought it was a setup.
Because
bring
I'm
your
a
nuts
fat
out.
guy, I have to lean forward, and there's a reason that manspreading's the thing. We don't want to crush. We don't want to crush the
listeners.
boys.
Okay.
For the listeners,
You don't want to crush
Hi,
the
everybody.
sissies.
for the listeners at home, let him tell this true fact.
Yeah. Fuck you, primarily. And you just need to listen better.
Okay.
And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Put my listening ears on. I was just concerned about both of the setup.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
Balls were
it.
coming out. All right.
Don't worry about it. So the Roman mythological figure Bophides. A lot of people think that it's kind of a ripoff of the Greek hero Achilles, because their stories are, like, honestly, they're essentially copy pasted, down to the fact that they both have like one weak point, but it's in different areas. So you've heard of Achilles' heel.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Bophides' nuts?
That's great. Have you ever
There's
heard of
the
the joke called the aristocrats?
We're not going to tell that.
I did during one podcast. They removed it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder why.
I mean, I removed it. You couldn't barely hear it, but it was so good. It was like 12 minutes long.
Yeah,
and my buddy
it's fucking
didn't know
gross.
what the joke was, and I went on and on about it.
It's fucking gross.
It is. It's just a vile. It's more about the adventure and less
family
about the punchline.
Walks into a talent agency. I'm not going to tell it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That will take way too long.
Yeah, it'll
And
take way too long. And like anybody else, just look up the aristocrats joke.
Everyone's done it to death. It's just the start and the finish need to be the same, but in the middle you can put whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
So the joke just depends on how well you tell that part.
And how fucking disgusting you want to get.
Well, I think I'm going to cut it off around here. Yeah, 40 about 45 minutes.
Nice.
This has been the Two Pints Radio Show with your host, that Nick guy, and my guests for tonight are...
Justin.
John, Tabletop Chronicles.
I am the ass of eternity.
He's the ass of eternity, and this is America's ass.
We're just trying to convince the ass of eternity to get the mohawk of eternity now.
The Mohawk of eternity!
I will, and it's just gonna be like a Mobius strip.
Just
like
a full body,
Yeah.
full body mohawk. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Chloe will probably help you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Anyway,
And then I'm just gonna live like that, and, and like nobody will ever question my sanity or life choices ever
oh
again.
my god.
Right.
Have a good night. Fuck all of you.
Don't forget to bring a towel.